In this video today, I'm going to ask a question: what type of student are you? There are many different types of characters and people, but I'll put this into three very simple brackets here. So firstly, you've got the Robie Keane, you've got the maybe person, and you've got the lock character. These will all make sense over the next 2 or 3 minutes. Firstly, Robie Keane. So this is a very keen student. They're keen, they're Roy Keane, they're Robie Keane, Steve Keane, whatever you want to call it. They're keen people. They want to learn. They're a complete sponge. They will be in their class taking notes, asking questions at the end of class. Every bit of information they can get, they will take it on. They tend to sit at the front of class, first couple of rows, and they're just very, very engaged sorts of students. Their emails are synced to their phone. They keep an eye on Moodle. They're up to date with what's going on within their course. They take advice well. They network. They go out. They get internships. And throughout the process of internships, they're also looking at adverts for the future. Jobs in sports science, UKSCA, these sorts of websites. They're in the know of what they need to do for their futures. Typically, these people graduate and do pretty well. Then you got the maybe person, the maybe student. Slightly cooler person, maybe the cooler person at school. They sit in the middle of class, maybe sometimes at the back, but they're smart. They understand the process. They know you have to network and you know how to go on job websites. You have to get internships. Are they doing it? Maybe. Well, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do that. They know about research. They understand that Sci-Hub, Google Scholar, they know where to get the papers. Are they reading them consistently and learning? Well, maybe I'll read those papers tomorrow. And they know it's about who you know as well. So trying to get these placements throughout the course and trying to learn more about their career, they've got to go out and network. They know that. Are they going to do it? Maybe. Maybe I'll do that next week. I'll get around to it. I'll let you know how it goes. You never hear back from that student. And sometimes there's little things that get in the way. So consistency is key. I'm not saying never drink, but there's certain things that are done too much. Bad habits are acted on way too often throughout the 3 or 4 year cycle, and they lack consistency, this maybe person. They graduate, it's not to say they don't do well, it's unsure. Some do well, some slip off based on these poor habits. Other people get a grip of it and change their habits and do very well. Next, you got the lock character. Now, I'm not saying for a second this is a bad student. I'm going to go on the personality that I've been exposed to. The lock character is like the person in the video game that you only really find out about at the end. This person throughout the semester is like a UFO. They're like the Loch Ness Monster. You're not quite sure if they exist. They're just a name on a piece of paper. They don't come to class. They don't go on Moodle. They're not engaged in their emails. They only tend to send an email right at the end of the semester, and they want an extension because they bust their ankle doing five-a-side. Complete stranger. This lock person, if they continue throughout the process and graduate within a year, you bump into them in Sainsbury's as a lecturer and you don't know who they are. Okay, so those are my three very generalized types of student. You've got the keen student, you've got the maybe person, and you've got the lock character who needs to do that a little bit more to push on. And one thing you'll notice is I've not mentioned grades once. It's not about grades, it's about attitude. If you have the right attitude and you're consistent, you turn up to class, you take notes, you ask questions, you'll do well. You will get a good grade. It will take care of itself. So my last bit of advice for all types of these students is for the Robbies of the world, don't get complacent. You're having a good year, you're having a good couple of years. You've got to be on it every single year if you want to stay in that bracket. For the maybes, you're nearly there. You're showing signs of being that Robie Keane and being at that high level. You need to be more proactive. There's little things you need to tweak in what you do in order to get to a higher level. And if they're a lock character, if you're a total stranger, send an email. I'm not judging someone that I put into this bracket, but what I'm saying is if there are certain issues that get in the way that are hindering your progress, speak to a lecturer, speak to people that can help you out, and you'll go up levels and your grades will get higher and you'll find more opportunities will come your way. Okay, so that was my very sort of generalized, at least tongue-in-cheek video. If you want to discuss this anymore, let me know. You've got the usual platforms there, Sports Science Hacks and CJ Thompson 90 on Twitter. Okay, thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.